Family, gather around, because today we have a story that really puts the spotlight back on Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and her undeniable global influence. A story that not only shows how loved she is, but also how those who keep underestimating her continue to embarrass themselves. The headline is simple. Meghan Markle has been offered her very own radio show in the UK. Yes, you heard that right. After stepping away from the toxic environment of the British royal family, Meghan continues to command the kind of attention and admiration that most people can only dream of. And despite the ongoing smear campaigns, the gaslighting, the jealousy, and the constant obsession of the British tabloids, here comes another reminder that Meghan's power and influence have not diminished. In fact, they've only grown stronger. Now let's break this down properly. Meghan, during the second season of her Netflix programme With Love, Meghan casually mentioned her love for the UK radio station Magic FM. She said that it was one of the things she missed the most about living in the UK. And it wasn't some over-rehearsed, media-trained talking point, it was genuine, heartfelt, just Meghan being herself, reflecting on her past experiences. That's the beauty of it. Meghan has always been authentic, and the world responds to that. So, what happens next? The content director of Magic, Paul Sylvester, comes forward and says, "The offer is on the table. If the Duchess wants to host a show, she's very welcome." Do you see what's happening here? A major British radio station is literally rolling out the red carpet saying, "Meghan, whenever you're ready, we've got space for you." That, family, is called respect. That is called influence. And notice how it directly contradicts the nonsense the tabloids have been spewing for years, that Meghan isn't popular, that people don't want to hear from her, that she doesn't have any pull. Lies, all lies. The reality is the complete opposite. Doors continue to open for Meghan globally, while the detractors remain stuck on the sidelines foaming at the mouth. Let's also address the reaction from Tan France, who was with Meghan during that conversation. Meghan said magic, and Tan France jokingly called it a grandma station. But let me tell you that right there shows the humanity. But still, opportunities are chasing her, not the other way around. The narrative that Meghan somehow failed outside of the royal family is one of the biggest delusions that the British tabloids have tried to sell, but reality keeps exposing them. And speaking of reality, let's talk Netflix. Earlier this week, Netflix's own co-chief executive, Ted Sarandos, publicly praised Meghan's influence. And family, this is no small praise. This isn't some random commentator. This is the CEO of one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world. Ted Sarandos made it crystal clear Meghan has remarkable influence. He said when they released the trailer for Harry and Meghan, people were literally breaking down every frame. Think about that for a second. Every tiny detail of Meghan's life, from a pair of $20 shoes to a $1,500 blanket in the background, had the world's attention. Those shoes? Sold out. That blanket? Sold out. That's not just influence. That is economic power. That is cultural impact. And what did Ted say next? He confirmed that Meghan and Harry's documentary was one of the most watched documentaries Netflix has ever had. One of the most watched. Let that sink in. Despite the non-stop attempts to downplay their popularity, despite the bitter commentary from royal reporters, despite the endless smear campaigns, Meghan and Harry delivered one of Netflix's biggest hits. Numbers don't lie, but tabloids sure do. This is why Meghan continues to command respect from global platforms, while her haters are left screaming into the void. And it's also why so many of the critics in the UK establishment are terrified of her. They know that Meghan doesn't need them. She doesn't need the royal machinery. She doesn't need the tabloids. She has something far more valuable, a genuine connection with millions of people around the world. She speaks, people listen. She wears something, people buy it. She shares her heart, people connect. That's power. Now, of course, Meghan is unlikely to take up this radio offer right now. She has her hands full with Archewell, her projects with Harry, her lifestyle brand, her Netflix content and her family. But that's not the point. The point is that the offers keep coming. The opportunities keep rolling in. While the media keeps trying to brand her as irrelevant, reality keeps handing them L after L after L. And let's also talk about what this means for Meghan and Harry's overall narrative. From the moment they stepped back from royal duties, the press in the UK tried to paint it as a disaster. They tried to say Harry would regret it. They tried to say Meghan couldn't hack it. Yet here we are. Meghan has multi-million-dollar partnerships, a massive global platform, and influence that CEOs and media executives openly envy. Harry has continued his life of service through Invictus, through Centobale, through his military commitments, and his advocacy work. Together they are thriving, while those who predicted their downfall are choking on their own words. So family, what does this teach us? It teaches us that when you stand in your truth, when you walk away from toxic environments, when you refuse to let other people define your worth, you win. Meghan and Harry are winning. They are redefining what it means to be royal, and they are doing it on their own terms. And you better believe that drives their detractors crazy. Because nothing scares a bully more than realizing their target is not only surviving, but thriving. Now let me say this before we wrap up. The smear machine is not going to stop. They will twist this story, they will spin it, they will try to make it negative. They'll say things like, oh, Meghan won't take the offer, so she failed again. Or they'll dig up some nonsense about radio ratings, or claim she's irrelevant in the UK. Same old tired playbook. But you and I, we deal in facts, not fiction. And the facts are simple. Meghan is wanted, Meghan is admired, Meghan is successful. And no amount of hate can change that. Family, I want you to think about this. Meghan casually mentions a radio station she likes, and suddenly the people running that station are offering her her own show. That's not normal. That's not average. That's influence. That's love. That's the Meghan Effect. Meghan Markle receives offer to present her own radio show in the UK. The Duchess of Sussex stepped down as a working member of the royal family. Meghan Markle has received an offer to present a radio show in the UK. The Duchess of Sussex recently spoke of her love for the radio station Magic on the second series of her Netflix programme, With Love Meghan. Magic's content director, Paul Sylvester, has now confirmed that an offer is ready for the former working royal if she wishes to work with the radio station. Mr. Sylvester said, "The offer is on the table. If the Duchess wants to host a show, she's very welcome." However, Meghan is unlikely to take up Magic's offer as the Duchess of Sussex has not returned to the UK since Queen Elizabeth II's funeral in September 2022. Meghan made the admission regarding Magic during a conversation with Tan France, originally from Doncaster, who was a guest in the second series of her lifestyle programme. She said, "One of the things I miss the most about the UK is the radio station called—" Mr. France interrupted the Duchess to say, "Our radio is so good," before Meghan revealed Magic. The fashion expert made a shocked facial expression before exclaiming, "Magic FM? Now, sorry to say this to you publicly, but that's such a grandma station." Earlier this week, Meghan Markle received major backing from Netflix's co-chief executive Ted Sarandos. Mr. Sarandos hailed the influence the Duchess of Sussex holds and celebrated her and Prince Harry's record-breaking debut documentary for the streaming platform. He said, "One thing we learned early with Meghan, she has remarkable influence. Remarkable." So, when we did the documentary on her and Harry, when we ran the trailer announcing it, hundreds of people, broke down every frame of the trailer. The $20 shoes that she got from a village that was making these shoes sold out all over the world. And the $1,500 blanket that was on the chair sold out all over the world. She has incredible power and influence. The Netflix co-CEO continued. And by the way, the documentary itself was also one of the most watched documentaries we've ever had. So it was successful in every measure. Now, I don't think that you can have a consumer products business if you don't have a great entertainment business, so that's got to come first. And that's where I'll leave it today, family. Meghan and Harry continue to inspire, continue to shine, and continue to prove the haters wrong, every single time. Thank you for rocking with me here on the Royal Sussex Squad. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and if you want to support this channel, don't forget you can donate through the Super Thanks button right below this video. Your support keeps us going, keeps us amplifying the truth, and keeps Meghan and Harry's story told the way it deserves to be told, with respect, with love and with the facts. Until next time, family, stay blessed, stay shining and stay Sussex strong.